What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Ask Me Anything March 2021. This is where you guys can ask me pretty much anything you want and I'll pretty much answer anything. So let's dive into the questions. The first one comes from Mr. Jojo to Go, who says, what was your day job before YouTube? I'm just trying to get, where did your technology background come from? And my last job I had was marketing regulatory review, where I was actually on the phone and I would answer questions. It was a brokerage, so anytime that the financial advisors had questions about if they could use certain marketing material, if it was okay with like the SEC, I would kind of help them answer those questions. If I didn't know the answers, the other questions I would get would be like more technical questions like, hey, how do I use your program to input what I'm trying to send you guys to see if it's okay to use? So it was a little bit of tech support and a little bit of knowledge on if they can do something or not legally with their advertising. Before that, it was tech support. But even before all this, I've always been a tech head. It's just, I had a computer when I was 15 and then I just fell in love. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I love technology. So it's kind of just homegrown, really, is my love of technology. It really wasn't a job. I didn't go to college for it. I didn't even go to college. I went to college for a semester and dropped out. College wasn't for me. And yeah, so all this, everything I know and do is just me learning it on my own. Buddhist Elder says, with the Fold 3 being very narrow, is it really possible to integrate an S Pen and keep the same size battery? Well, I mean, the phone is pretty thin now. I think where we're going to see a lot of the, slimness is on the hinge here, which I think the hinge will end up being a lot smaller, at least from what we've heard from rumors, and the weight of it will be less as well. I don't think so much like this part will be thinner. And I think at that point, it's really just an engineering thing. Are they going to end up putting the S Pen in the middle? Are they going to put it off to the side? I kind of think they're going to put it off to the side, the left or the right. I kind of feel it's going to be on the left. Just an idea, just a thought. It could be wrong. Maybe it'll be on the right next to the charging port. But ultimately, I think it'll be on one of the sides there. So yeah, I think as long as their engineering is amazing, which it truly is already, then I think we will see the S Pen, even though the phone might be slightly slimmer, I still think we'll see an S Pen integrated into it. Chris Sullivan, after seeing the Huawei folding phone, I'm hopeful that the Fold 3 has a similar design language. Do you think they'll change the aspect ratio to a wider form factor to compete with Huawei? And I think by wider form factor, I think you mean that obviously this front display on here, which it is pretty narrow and it does need to thicken up a bit. And I for the Fold 3, I don't think we're going to see a wider front display. I think we'll see it on the 4 because I think they're going to do a lot of things in terms of improving the look of the phone and the feel of the phone. S Pen integration, S Pen support obviously as well. You're looking at a lighter, possibly thinner phone, especially on the hinge, and then the what the phone's made of, making it lighter. So I think we're going to see things like that. Oh, also the under display camera, possibly on the front, but definitely on the bigger display. So I think those are going to be the biggest things to take from it. Will we see it in a future iteration? I do. I think we'll see a wider front display, but on the 3, I have a feeling it won't be. YouTube Pro, are you going to cover a video of the Rogue Phone 5 that is being released 6 a.m. Eastern, which is in less than 8 hours from now? And I'm super excited for that more than the Galaxy Z Fold 3. No, I mean, unless they wanted to send me the phone, I would, but I'm not going to reach out and buy that phone for myself. So unfortunately, I won't be covering it most likely. Gamer Guy 1977, how excited are you for the upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 3? I'm super excited. I'm so surprised there's no leaks on any of it by now. They must be keeping it under wraps big time. There's definitely been leaks and rumors and things, so I don't know if you've been following the channel or not. I assume you are. But like I said earlier, there's the under display camera, there's a better, lighter design. We've talked about the size of the display, that it's going to be basically the same on the front and on the inside for the most part. 1% smaller difference, less than 1%. But yeah, there's definitely been leaks about it. The Duke gives me a little bit of trivia. What begins with an E but only contains one letter? Begins with an E. Eh? Is that it? I don't know. Michael Walker, how's the screen repair going on the Z Fold 2? Any news on the Z Fold 3 or Galaxy Watch 4? So I'll answer 2 of those questions because Z Fold 3, I keep answering it. It's multiple. I've answered that question a bunch of times. Galaxy Watch 4, it should be out in the next few months. I think it's May, around that time frame, or even June, that you should see the new Galaxy Watch 4. As for the how the Galaxy Fold 2 is going in terms of the repair, I've done videos on it. It's kind of like going nowhere. I'm still waiting for them to reenact my insurance on it. They haven't done that just yet at the time of making this video. They said it takes about 3 weeks. It's been a little over 2 weeks. Or they didn't say it's going to take 3 weeks. They said they don't know how long it's going to take because now it's at the corporate level. I don't know. This is just a big pain in the butt. Next time, I feel like I'll just get the insurance through my carrier and have them deal with the phone. I think it'd be much easier and quicker that way rather than getting the insurance through Samsung. Going through Samsung, especially because the insurance got knocked off for whatever reason, has been like the biggest pain in the butt. John's Life says, will Samsung bring back SD card slots, and will apps be able to adjust screen size to folding phones? So John, I think with SD cards, I think you're going to see them more on the lower end phones like their A52, A72, the S20 and S21 fan editions. I think you'll see it there, but on the premium phones, I think it's gone at this point. I don't think they're going to bring it back. And then also to answer your other question, will they adjust the screen size to folding phones? Like, I think you mean will apps be a little bit more compatible with the Z Fold phones? I think it's pretty good at this point. A lot of apps have been improved. Instagram has been improved with it. And that was one of the only apps I was having an issue with. Everything else is pretty good. If you can point some out that I'm forgetting about, but the majority of the apps that I've been using, especially the really popular ones that basically everyone uses, I haven't had too many issues. Mr. D's product review channel says, with the news of there being 18 gigs of RAM on a few upcoming phones, do you think that we will see more introductions of 1 terabyte ROMs, since the specs of 4K and now 8K for taking videos will be in need of more storage? I think you will see it with the very high-end phones. I think you'll see it with, obviously, iPhones. There's rumors that the new iPhones will have it. I think if iPhone's doing it, I think Samsung will probably do it as well. But you're going to pay a huge premium. I know we had 1 terabyte on the S10 Plus, one of those versions. At this point, I think the sweet spot, though, for most people is going to be 256. But yeah, will we see 1 terabyte on more phones? Definitely. Il Babuno says, is Samsung truly teaming up with Google, since they might use Wear on this new watch? Or is it just a one-off, to be honest? They also added the Google page with Samsung Free, so I'm being hopeful. Yeah, I mean, they've always had a relationship. Samsung's always had a relationship with Google and with Spotify and with Instagram and all these other companies. They have to, because they're not like Apple, where they make a lot of their own, they make a lot of their own software, but like at least Apple's like kind of goes across platforms. You'll get like their Notes app on the computer and on the phone and on a tablet. And Samsung does that with some of their apps, but yeah, I think that you'll see more of this relationship with Google, for instance, with them possibly integrating more Google software into Samsung's, because a lot of it is like the same. Like you'd see, Samsung had their text messaging app, but then there was also the Google one, and then you see Keep, and then you see Samsung Notes. I kind of think they'll end up just using Keep eventually. So I think you will see that the new, especially I think you're talking about the watches probably. So the watches, are rumored to be running Google's Wear OS. Buddhist Elder, why is there going to be no Note this year? Or is the Fold Ultra taking its place, same price? I doubt the prices are going to be the same. There's no way the Z Fold 3 is going to be the same price as a Note phone. For the getting rid of the Note, I think they're trying to get rid of redundancy. Whereas, they released the S line, and the S line's pretty much, at least when you take away the S Pen, is almost the same exact phone for the most part as the Note phone. It's like, why would you buy both of those? Why would you buy either one of those? I know one has the S Pen, but why not just add an S Pen or the ability to have an S Pen on one of those phones? Now, you are not having the ability to insert the S Pen directly into the phone on the S line, the S21 Ultra, but you can get a case that houses it. Beyond that, though, that's why I just think they're trying to get rid of redundancy. It obviously costs money to create more devices, so they're probably going to end up saving money doing this. And I think next year is when you'll probably see S Pen integration into the S line of phones. And then also with their rumors of
someone's at front door.
Someone's at my door. I got a delivery. Also, with there being rumors of the Z Fold line having S Pen integration, it's just more and more devices. We don't need the Note line at that point. I think this is a good spot to stop for part one. Part two will be probably the next day. I'll link them both down below in case you want to watch either one of them though, but that's enough for today. You probably don't want to hear me talk all that much, right? Anyways, we'll see you in part two.